Hello, ladies and gentlemen. So, Green Raven here. Who's ready to read some Warhammer 40,000? Oh, yeah. I made a post about this on Angel Spire. I recently got my hands on. I gotta stop doing this with the sipping of tea while talking. There was recently a sale on visual novels and choose your own adventure books on Steam, and I got my hands on the few that I was missing from my collection. Warhammer 40,000: Legacy of Dorn, Herald of Oblivion was one of them. And who's ready to do some reading? As all these books, they come with a little extra. There you go. Broodlord. Gene Stealers. All the enemies of mankind. As I also mentioned, game topic, for those of you who aren't aware, Warhammer, actually, I think we'll go through the comment tutorials. Warhammer takes place, obviously, in the year 40,000, give or take, and you play as Space Marines, who happens to be a religious organization. I suck at the talking of the words. They don't work out. But anyways, here you play as the Imperial Fists. And away we go. I'm just gonna play the game and stop rambling. Tally-ho. For the Imperium. Dun dun dun. This data has already been read once. Select difficulty. Yeah, we're gonna do the combat tutorial and everything, so, yeah. By the way, I can't scroll too much off the screen, so sorry, you're gonna have to put up with the cursor that I tried to put in usually. Anyways, this is yada. You are Brother Nabor, a Space Marine of the Imperial Fists chapter. Space Marines are the ultimate human fighting machines, genetically modified superhuman warriors. Standing over 7 feet tall and absolutely lethal due to decades of combat training. They were created by the immortal Emperor of Mankind to first reconquer the galaxy in his name and continue to defend the human race from the predators of all manner of... Oh god, this is going to be one of those things. Heretics, traitors, aliens, demons, and even their own corrupted brethren. The Imperial Fists are one of the most loyal chapters in the Imperium, second only to the Ultramarines in their adherence to the Codex Astratus, the generic inheritors of the post-human Primarch Rogel Dorn, whose very blood runs in their veins. The Imperial Fists are known for their exceptional skills when it comes to siege warfare. It was they who manned the walls of the Imperial Palace during the defense of Terra at the climax of the Horus Heresy. It was their contribution to the great battle that ultimately helped bring the heresy to an end, and it was they who defended Holy Terra ever since. Throughout the adventure to come, you will be forced to battle the enemies of mankind in all their myriad forms. When this occurs, you must fight them using the Cognitor's Pugna Simulaire. You will also come across weapons and other useful items that may help you progress. Also, there are the difficult moral decisions you will be forced to make, which could very well have a direct impact on how events play out later. Before you begin, it is recommended you familiarize yourself with the Pugna Simulaire. This will prepare you for the battle conditions. Alternately, if you are familiar with the Cognitor, then proceed to choose your difficulty setting. Right, so we're going to quickly do the combat tutorial for, obviously, your sake. Away we go. Pugna Simulaire demo. During combat, you have access to a number of stats. Weapon skill. This is a measure of how well you can hit a target and probability of you making a successful hit. I'm sorry, folks. Yeah. I feel like this works better. Sorry about that, folks. Yeah. Okay. Sorry about that. Anyways, right. Hit a target at strength. This increases damage dealt with close combat weapons and also increases the probability of you hitting the target. Note, ranged weapons have their own strength rating. Toughness. This decreases the probability of you being damaged by an enemy's attack. Armor. This decreases the probability of taking critical damage from an attack. Critical attacks deal up to twice damage of normal attack. An enemy without armor always takes crit damage. Wounds. This is the measure of your life energy. If this value reaches 0, you are dead. Action. This is how many attacks you have to perform in a single round. Honor. This is the measure of how successful you are in combat. Glances, hits, crits, all occur. Cure honor. When your honor reaches the maximum level, you are able to launch a devastating attack. Please select Fight to simulate a combat experience. During combat, you can perform a number of different actions. Attack. Fire your storm bolter at range or strike with your chainsword. When locked in close combat, pressing attack uses one action. Focus. This increases the chances of your next attack hitting or reduces the chance of an enemy's attack. Hey Nat, this guy's Arcadia. Focus. Pressing focus also uses one action. Now try using a combination of focus and attack to take down the Gretchen. Alright. Focus. 100% guaranteed. Murder kill. To help you during combat, there are a number of other useful features. Enemy targets. Use the arrows to choose which foe to target. Advance. Move towards your enemy so you can engage in close combat. While talking close combat, you cannot withdraw until your foe is dead. Press advance uses one action. Withdraw. Increase the distance between you and your foe. Be warned, you cannot keep retreating forever. At some point, you will need to stand and fight. Press withdraw also uses one action. Advance on the foe and destroy them. Yeah. Murder kill. Finally, remember the following points. Weapon select. Here you can choose which weapon you wish to wield. Each weapon displays a percentage chance to hit and the damage it deals. Player info. Here you can see your current wounds, actions, and other data. Enemy info. Same thing. Honor meter. The better you perform in battle, the more honor you acquire. Curie? QP? Yeah, whatever. Acquire. Get enough when you unleash a devastating attack on the enemy. Now destroy the Gretchens. Kill. Yeah. The fight is over. Right, so ta-da! We have done the combat simulator. Now is the end of the Cognitor's Pugma Simulator demo. You may now choose your difficulty setting. Veteran. Astratus Initiate. Well, we are obviously going to go with the highest difficulty, aren't we? Veteran. You're a veteran Space Marine of the highest order. You have been involved in many campaigns and boarded Herald of Oblivion with abilities and skills befitting your rank and experience. You begin the adventure with 25 wounds, 5 purity points, 10 safe states, and you're equipped with a Storm Bolter, Power Fist, and Combat Knife. No Chainsword. You also begin with 4 clips of bolter ammunition, with each clip containing 4 bolt shells. The setting is recommended for experienced Astratus who have previously boarded the Herald of Oblivion more than once. Astratus. You're an Adeptus Astratus. While you're one of the foremost warriors of the Emperor of Mankind, you have not honed your skills to perfection across multiple campaigns as some of your elders. Right. You begin with a Storm Bolter, Power Fist, and Combat Knife. Same thing, but slightly more. And Initiate as free heals, go back, undo choices. Yeah, we are not going to be doing that. Let me quickly check to see. 10 minutes, 11 minutes. Alright, whatever. Veteran. Let's go. This data has already been read once. Skip intro. No, we shall not be doing such a thing. The Hulk is so vast that the mighty Adeptus Astratus Strike Cruiser is a buzzing needlefly to a Grox in comparison. That means nothing to most of you. Actually, it means not much to me either. I don't remember what those are. But you can imagine. Like some errant planetoid, the warp-spawned conglomeration of ancient wrecks and stellar debris blocks out the star field for tens of kilometers in every direction. It is an ominous presence drifting through the void at the prophecy of the Sergeant system, a lurking threat with all the menace of a dead-eyed ocean predator. Rightly was it named Herald of Oblivion by the tallyman of the Ordos Xenos, for who knows what savage orc hordes or gene-stealer broods lie hidden within the labyrinth depths, waiting for the derelict to come within range of a fusant fucking Imperial star system or potential prize world. The shadowy masters of the Ordo Xenos have known of the Hulk's existence since it was first encountered by a rogue trader fleet within the outlying system in the Segmentum Obscura. It is only now, not many Earth Standard months shy of 200 years later, that the Herald of Oblivion has been vomited back into the material universe at this time and in this place, thanks to the capricious tides of the warp and the fickle schemes of fate. So it was the Imperial Fist strike cruiser Shield of Dorn, the closest Adeptus Astratus vessel within 6 weeks warp travel of the Sargon system, was dispatched to assess the threat of the Space Hulk posed to the Imperium and act accordingly. Smoke and incense fog the stale air of the chamber as a gaggle of solemnly chanting tech adepts tend to a host of arcane mechanisms under the watchful gaze of tech marine brother Clavis. At a nod from the engineer manning the controls of the ancient teleportarium, power sword in hand, Sergeant Valerius addresses the Space Marines under his command. Squad Scipio, comes in the sergeant's voice through your helmet comm. We have been tasked with cleansing the derelict of any Xenos presence in preparation for the insertion of Inquisition search teams. And so now let us prepare for teleportation. One by one, the battle brothers of Squad Scipio mount the dais and take their positions within the teleportarium. The first to join Sergeant Valerius is Brother Barathon, carrying the heavy flamer gripped in his hands as casually as if it was nothing more than a laser pistol. He is also the bearer of a number of sanctified plasma bombs. After all, none of you really know what you might run into aboard the derelict. Barathon is followed by Brother Kale, the lightning claws. He has the honor of taking into battle our treasured relics of your chapter. They crackle with barely contained esoteric energies as he flexes the long bladed fingers of the venerated artifacts. Next to take his place is Brother Ordius. He is a temporary addition to the squad, and since he is an apothecary, does not wear Terminator armor like the rest of you. Instead, he bears the sacred tools of the Apothecarion, all contained within his Narthesium, as well as a chainsword and bolt pistol. As the most recently inducted member of Squad CPO, you are the last to mount the Teleportarium Dios. Sergeant Valerius turns to the Tech Marine, marshalling the servitors, and Tech Adepts monitoring the enigmatic machine's many controls. Squad CPO ready to teleport, he says. His commanding tones emanate from the external vox casters in his Terminator armor. Confirmed, Brother Clavis replies, his voice exhibiting emotionless machine-like cadence. Wow, it's great server. This is a great exercise in vocabulary, folks. Great server arm attached to his back twitches nervously. At some unvoiced order that only the tech adepts pick up, Brother Clavis's minions carry out a sequence of well-rehearsed maneuvers at the archaic controls before them. A deep humming sound fills the air, vibrating the teleportation plate on which you are standing. The vibration travels up through the osamodella-hardened leg bones, settling in the pit of your stomach. At the same time, tendrils of cracking energy crawl over your emitter ray above your head. Brother Sergeant, the resonating voice carries across the teleporting chamber over the rising hum of the emitter. Room for one more. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, this kind of room for one more. Upholstery Remedius. Valerius says, acknowledging the new arrival with a deferral bow to his head. You honor us with your presence. The librarian is an imposing sight indeed, standing out even amongst a party of Terminators of the chapter's first company, where your tactical dreadnought armor and that of your brethren is a 5 sunfire yellow of molten gold. The primary color of the librarian's armor is a deep-hued crystalline blue of lapis lazuli. He does not wear a helmet. Instead, his head, with its patrician feathers, close-cropped white beard and dual service studs, denoting more than 2 centuries of devoted service to the Imperium, is framed by ceramite and crystalline lattice structure of a psychic hood. This arcane device helps to focus the librarian's formidable powers, whilst at the same time protecting its wearer from attacks of enemy psychers. On the left arm, Ramadas bears a storm shield that in turn bears the clenched fist symbol of your chapter. In his right hand he carries a mighty hammer. The Apostolary can channel his devastating psychic powers through this weapon, redoubling its already deadly ability to injure enemies of the Imperium. What troubles you, Apostolary? Valerius asks, unsettled by the librarian's abrupt appearance. You sense a pre-bastion in the warp. A shadow moves upon the face of the sea of souls. Something insinuating itself into my subconscious. Whispers from the warp, the voices of ghosts and demons, utterance of prophecy and blasphemy both. A prophecy? Valerius almost gaps. About our undertaking? Indeed, Brother Sergeant. Something sinister is at work here. What do you mean, Brother Librarian? Apothecary Ordus asks. Oh, intrigued rather than anxious. I can tell you no more than that, the Apostolary says, his eyes backlit by an eerie luminescence. Only the fate has plans for you. You suddenly feel the librarian's gaze lit upon you. Keel flexes his lightning claws. The simple action have you with menace. If there's something I can kill, just show me the way, brother. Ramados takes a sharp step towards the teleporting platform. I wish to accompany you to the derelict. In Dorn's name would be most welcome, Sergeant Valerius says, bowing his head once more. Let us hope so, the Apostle says darkly. His brother, Librarian Ramadas, joins your party On the beaming plate, Sergeant Valerius raises his power sword in a time-honored martial salute. Primary progenitor, he declares, his words echoing from the metal walls of the sanctified chamber. To your glory. You and your battle brother answer as one with the traditional response, and the glory of him on earth. Commencing teleportation sequence in the name of the Omnissiah. Brother Clavis announces. The rising hum of the arcane device filling the chamber grows intensely, as does the monotonous chanting of the TAC adepts. You feel a strange tingling deep within your bones, and as the indestructible machine begins to disassemble your body, your armor, your implants one at a time, piece by piece, molecule by molecule, atom by atom. A juddering crash suddenly shakes the teleportarium to the very foundations, and several laminators wink out. The chanting of the TAC adepts is replaced by panicked binary chatter, followed by a subsonic boom. The teleportarium activates. Bum bum bum. Let me see how much we... I'll finish this page. You brace yourself as the ancient mechanism prepares to hurl you across one discrete physical point in space to another via precisely focused Geller field. One by one, in quick succession, your battle brothers blink out of existence in a beam of searing white light. Taking a breath in your suit recycled air, you close your eyes and wait for the teleporter to transport you to the Hulk. There's a second juddering crash, and you are forced to take a stumbling step to stop yourself falling, even in your massive, heavy suit of Terminator armor. You open your eyes. You are still aboard the Shield of Dorn. The whine of the Geller field generators rises and falls as bursts of electric energy crackle around the array above you. What's going on? You start to say before Brother Glavis silences you with an upraised hand. Brother Namor, remain where you are. The Tech Marine's voice comes to you through your helmet. Yet another crash of rocks, the teleportarium chamber, dislodging centuries of dust from the curved metal ribs of the craft's hull, forming obscuring clouds all around you. Something is clearly wrong, but what? Clear the ancient teleportation device as quickly as possible. Stay as Brother Clavis commanded. And you will find out what my choice is in the next part, ladies and gentlemen. We have just completed the intro. I was about to say demo. See you all in the next part, ladies and gentlemen. Bye bye, toodles, sayonara.